Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
my personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
Or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
Welcome to Goof On Radio. I am your host, Rich Giordano, and we are live. Yeah, lots of audio stuff, man. Lots of audio issues in the beginning. Of course, right before I get the show started, I go to hit begin stream, and the software says we have to do an update. It doesn't give you the option. If you want to do the update, it automatically wanted to do an update. So, thinking that all my settings would be where I left them, I don't have that kind of luck. It's not that kind of week, kind of day. And as I'm looking at this right now, I can see my audio levels aren't where they should be. I mean, this is ridiculous what the stream did to me. Look at this. I'm like, I have to look away from everybody. I can't even get comfortable and look at the camera. Anyway, which brings me, look, it took 9 effing minutes to get this shit going, man. It's just like, I wasn't even going to do it. Wasn't even going to be here tonight. And then I said, I'm gonna talk. I'm not in a great mood. I just want to talk about some things and just make a 20 to 30 minute live broadcast and then be on my way. Fucking noises outside. The stream won't start. Music isn't right. The levels are off. I'm in a bad mood. This isn't your typical 2, 3, 4 hour show. 9 hours. I can say 9 hour show now. This isn't your typical 9 hour show. We've done that before. So anyway, I wanted to talk about one thing tonight, and I don't know if I can do it, but I will try. The only thing I want to talk about is if I have a guest on the show, or any host for that matter, am I supporting that guest even if they're bullshit? Because look, tomorrow night, without a doubt, is going to be one of those shows. And Mike Brown agreed to come on this show. He was on, Spaced Out Radio last Thursday. If you want to catch it, fine. Go ahead and catch it. Get prepared for what's coming tomorrow. Because quite frankly, the video evidence I have from him is a 26-second video that I'm not going to say what I think it is right now, but I'll mention it tomorrow, who I've showed a few of you. But let's just say it's going to be very questionable. It's going to put a lot of questions on me, like having David Wilcock on. I was listening to Jimmy Church, and he has David Wilcock on, Corey Good, the typical people that really have no credibility as far as I'm concerned, but seem to get the most views, the most listens, the most downloads, the most everything. They get the cream of the crop. They get to make money being themselves, lying. I mean, there's no proof these motherfuckers went to Mars and their lives have, gone forward 20 years, and then when they get back to Earth, they're 20 years younger again. I mean, are you freaking serious with this? And that shit is, able to make them money, able to get them the high-speaking forums and platforms and everything else you could think of. And I think it's shit. But anyway, who am I to say, right? I mean, I'm just little Richie G with my little podcast. And who cares what I have to say? I have no big fight in this game like I used to. I'm rebuilding, let's just put it that way, for a couple of years now. It's taken a while to get me going. It's taken a while to get to this point to do the show the way I want to do it, and it's still, questionable. So tomorrow, I want to have a guest on every Thursday. That's the goal of the show now. And tomorrow night's Thursday, and this guy Mike Brown's going to come on. And, the reason I brought up Corey Good and David Wilcock, because people were getting mad at Jimmy Church and other people who have those guys on their show. They're like, you support them. And Jimmy Church makes a good point, and he's like, how am I supporting them? By having them on my show? They're just coming here speaking their mind, telling their story. It's a platform for them. But that's supporting them. Right? Isn't that supporting them? Having them on the show. And it sounds to me like Jimmy Church believes what they're saying. He has asked difficult questions, but he more or less acts like he's believing that they fly back and forth to Mars or whatever they say. And tomorrow night I get put into that situation. Like, why am I going to have this guy on Are you supporting him type of deal? And no, I'm not supporting him, but I am giving him a platform to view his UFO, to hear what he has to say, because what if he's telling the truth? I mean, who are we kidding? You know, we know better. You'll make your decision, but that's Jimmy's point. I'm here to bring the evidence to you, whether it's weak, strong, or whatever. You decide. But if we give them the voice, if we give these people who blatantly lie, have no significant evidence, aren't we at fault too? I kind of feel like it. I kind of feel like it's bad for me to have the guest on that I don't think is going to be credible. Would I have Corey Goode or David Wilcock on? Probably. Yeah. Do I want to? Yeah. Why? Because I want to ask those hard questions my way. I want to tell them what I really feel. I would be doing it more or less for me at that point, not for them, but I'd be giving them the platform. And I would call them out on their BS. Dark Hour, Will Pattison, Paranormal Into the Night, Dino, Joe, whatever. I can't remember everybody here. Hello. Welcome to this short show, which will probably be 2 hours. I'm going to play this for you because this video is what got me going. And it's Corey Goode, David Wilcunt talking about some stuff that I definitely let him know how I felt. Saying he was threatened by the Rothschilds. But let me see. Let me get this up for you.
I can summarize this for you very quickly if you'd like. I
hope
put my
it's loud
website
enough.
up after not being online for months. I make a big comeback. I defend Corey, who I'm on Cosmic Disclosure with, against this monumental, ever-increasing amount of attacks against him online, primarily through 3 or 4 major public figures, all of whom seem to just be feeling as if they can say whatever they want with no repercussions. And I finally decided to speak about this because it was so ridiculous. And as soon as I do, my website gets hacked in 4 different ways, each of which were very intense. Then, the day at the end of the hack, this guy writes a comment and threatens me and says, I'm the guy that's been doing this to you, and if you don't dump Corey Goode, I'm going to release a document dump that will ruin both of you. Like, wow, who the hell are you, man?
Right.
But the thing that people didn't know is that I had an insider I thought I could trust call me up on July 3rd, which was a month and 2 days before, and he had threatened me on the phone. And he had said that he owed the Rothschilds a favor. Apparently he'd been involved with them before, and that he wanted to tell me on their behalf that if I did not cut cords with Corey Goode, that Corey was going to be, quote-unquote, brought to the slaughterhouse. And they didn't say whether that was metaphorical or literal. And then I was also told that if I cooperated, he's like, well, just tell me if you have something you can sell, like your car. I'm like, well, why is that? And he said, we could pay you a lot more than it's worth. And that's how we get people money. And I'm like, what? And then he tells me that I could become the next Art Bell. That Art, I'm sorry, that's you, right?
The next
I could
Art
become
Bell.
the next Alex Jones.
Oh, that's
I shouldn't have said that, but
yeah,
anyway.
That's funny. That's funny.
I could become the next Alex Jones. They would help me. That Alex Jones has a weak heart, and they don't know but what he might have a heart attack, and they want to have assets. This is what they said. They want to have assets that they feel they can control. That they'd give me money, they'd build me up so I could be as big as Alex Jones, and I could talk about whatever I want as long as I don't talk about Corey Goode.
Why Corey Goode? And
exactly. That's why.
Why? Look, I have gotten.
I'll tell you why. Because he's lying. I mean, that whole thing is just a lie. Blatant lie. Don't talk to Corey Good. Don't mention Corey Good. And we'll give you all this. Give me a break. Give me a freaking break. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody say so far this year. That's a dumb one. That'd be like me getting visited by the Rothschilds and they say, okay, never talk about UFO Jesus again. I'd be like, fine. How much you want to pay me? Why wouldn't he do it? I mean, it doesn't make sense. He's trying to make it because there was a feud between Corey Good and Wilcock. That's what this is about. But the reason I'm playing it is because there's so much crap coming out of his mouth. I don't know. You see, Dark Hour says I wouldn't be supporting them if I call people out on their bullcrap. Yeah, I understand it. But if you give them the platform, you give them more voices, more ears. More listeners, more people will believe that story. It's grandiose, it's exciting and sexy. It's a lot of fun to think that somebody's going to kill somebody else if they talk about them. I mean, that's pretty much like child's play. And what he's going to talk about here just really defines illogical behavior. Somebody who is really looking for sympathy, somebody who is making a story up. In my opinion, I'm not saying it is, but when you hear it, you tell me. And Jimmy Church has this guy on every other month, every 6 weeks, whatever it is. He's on a lot. With Corey Good, without him, Corey Good without Wilcock, the other way around. He has these guys on continually. And it's the most listened to show. Is it wrong for Jimmy to do that? Because everybody knows these guys are bullshit. Everybody knows it. But it's fun. It's great storytelling, which it really isn't. This guy here, Corey Good, plagiarized someone else's story and made it his own. Literally. If you know the history. I'm going to continue.
So much pressure via email and other, to drop Corey Good, and your name comes up too. It's always, a few, down the line they always bring up you too as well. But and I don't care. I'm not going to. It happens with other guests too as well, and not like it has with Corey, of course, but. I have a guest on and somebody will say, you know what, never do that again. I don't, so I ignore it. This Corey stuff started to flare up, and I was ignoring that like I do everything else, just thinking it's going to go away. It's a one-time thing. Yeah. And it hasn't, and it's all from the same source. But the point is, why Corey? Why drop? What do you mean drop? I don't, this is what they don't get, David. It's
really bizarre, Jimmy.
Bizarre. You and I have had this conversation privately. I will now have it with the audience. I have told David, and I've told, I don't support David Wilcock. I don't support Corey Good. I don't support anybody.
I think he does.
What are you saying?
Okay, that's what I was getting to. That's the point I wanted to make. Okay. That's the point I wanted to make. Yeah. Wait a second. What the hell just happened? We gotta have the moon on. I'm picking that color tonight because I'm a little bit in that kind of mood. Okay, supporting somebody. This is the point I was making. Okay. So I have somebody on the show. All right.
Let me tell you something, brother, Mr. Dark Hour. Only I can drop the big leg, you hear me? Don't let me tell you something now, brother. The only time it means something is if I'm saying it. You hear me?
I can't do it. My voice still hurts. I was sick yesterday. I'm going to talk about that in a minute because it's interesting what happened. If you keep having the guest on, then I think you're supporting them, right? If you keep having that guest on that you don't believe, just because they bring you the most listeners, you're supporting them. Then you're supporting them. When they come out with a book and you have them on, you're supporting them. When they make a video and they're on History Channel and then you have them on, you're supporting them. When they come on because something happened to them in their life, you're supporting them. When you keep having them on, then it gets to that I'm supporting them. Am I wrong about that? Because that's what I think. Okay, if I have this guy on tomorrow, I mean, he'll be on tomorrow. And if I have him on again and again and again, that's supporting him. But if I have him on one time, maybe twice, but even after the first time, and I don't believe him and I have them on again, then I'm supporting their cause. So having these guys on that are blatant liars, but because they give you incredible ratings, lots of downloads, people are going to listen. If they listen, maybe they'll buy my shirt, my hat, my whatever. See, it's all about money with these people. I sell you nothing. I give you a show. I give you me. I give you something wholesome that, and I don't mean wholesome in the way that, you know, I'm not going to swear and this is for everybody, but wholesome in the fact that you're getting somebody telling you what they really feel. A lot of these hosts can't do it because they have advertisers. They can't name names. They can't say, you know, I think Corey Good is a pile of shit. They can't say that. They can't even swear because they have advertisers or they're on a terrestrial station. As long as I do goof on radio and I keep saying, you know, what's on my mind, we'll be fine. The show will have a leg to stand on, I think. It'll still have its credibility. Soon as I get told what I can and cannot say, that restricts me. But, Rich, you can still say what you want to say. You just have to say it a little differently. Right. I have to be PC compliant. I get it. And that's fine. I can do it. I've done it. But there's nothing better than saying what you feel, how you feel, the way you want to say it. I hate restrictions, I do, but sometimes I believe they are necessary. But when it gets to be a regular necessity and it becomes a part of me, that's going to really restrict who I am, and then I'm never the same. And that scares me because one day, I'd like to make money doing this. You know, if somebody ever wants to pick me up, take me along for the ride, if I have that kind of luck, it'll never happen. But if it does, you know, I'll be PC compliant, but I got to figure out a way to maintain my credibility. I hate being restricted. I don't think it's fair. I think we should be able to say we want, question these people, put them on the stand, demand we get the truth. And if they don't, you don't have them back on. If you keep having them back on, I think then you're supporting them. Am I wrong? Because I don't think I am. Because tomorrow night, that's the test. When Mike Brown comes on. Listen to this.
I don't have that kind of power either. But support? I don't support. I have guests on my show that I listen to that the audience can get information and knowledge from or not. It's their choice. It's a free country, right? And
you have a responsibility to your listeners to not ignore
or censor
what are the hot topics that everybody's talking about.
Or censor. Censor is probably the better word. You know, so what do you mean that somebody's going to tell me who to have on this show? It's ridiculous.
Let's talk about guys that think that the only way you can talk about UFOs is through documents, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That was a dead end that we reached in the 1950s. And that was back when the Canadian communications engineer Wilbert Smith figured out that enough of these people in the 1950s were having in-person contacts with Nordic ETs.
I'm going to move this forward to the good stuff.
A lack of scholarship. They had answers, and when
Pearson giving you
on my way to Dr. Stephen Greer's, Jimmy, after on
but fully after we live in America, USSA.
End of message. To repeat this message,
Absolutely incredible. Now, I want the audience to understand all of this is happening rapid fire. You know, and you have to ask yourself.
Jimmy, after on July 3rd, a guy I thought I could trust called me up, said he's doing a favor for the Rothschilds by threatening me, and that if I didn't dump Corey Good, that Corey was going to be brought to the slaughterhouse, and he would hate to see that happen to me too. We have to understand something here, Jimmy. The only other time that the brakes on my car went out was when I was on my way to Dr. Stephen Greer's Disclosure Project in Washington, D.C. on May 10th, 2001. And I'm in D.C. rush hour traffic, which is very competitive and very intense. And my brake pedal goes all the way to the floor.
I'm going to pause it there because I'm going to tell you a little story that happened to little Richie G last week and Sunday. The brakes on my car failed. I almost got in an accident, wound up in the parking lot of a Clean Freak car wash. Had to turn right into it, went up on the sidewalk and everything. I brought my car in to get it fixed. And they said they couldn't find anything wrong with it. Now, when I drove my car, I was having problems with the transmission. They then tell me that my transmission fluid had almost a quart left. So I had a transmission fluid leak. Why did that affect my brakes? I have no idea. But somehow there's this relationship with the what do you call it? The fluid to the transmission, and it somehow made the computer freak out, and my brakes didn't work. My car was very cold. That was when we got into the upper 20s here in Arizona, and I didn't let my car warm up, and I just took off because I was in a rush. But my brakes went out again Sunday. Same thing, because it didn't happen for a week. I almost rear-ended somebody. I came inches away. Pulled on the emergency brake. Barely missed it. I mean, it was so close. I thought I was going to hit him. So these things happen. Okay? Corey Good, David Wilcock, they're not making a shitload of money. Did he ever show us pictures? No. But here he is telling a great story. They're out to get me. They're coming to get me. It's a great story. Have him on again. Let him tell you some more. Check it out.
With nothing. That's the only other time that this has ever happened to a car that I own. Isn't it interesting, the timing of those two things?
No,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a coincidence.
Well, I can figure out the other. I mean, that's Greer, DC, you, Disclosure, all at the same time. What else? You should have expected that. You should have walked.
First of all, if the government or secret government or whatever you want to call them want to kill you, they're not going to miss. They're not going to miss. Greer, I think he made up these stories. We know that Bob Lazar made up these stories that people were shooting at him. His brake lines were cut. Did you ever see that evidence, guys? Because I know I didn't. I didn't see the movie, the new one. Did they show that? Did we see any bullet holes when he got shot at on the freeway? Bob Lazar? No. Did we see any evidence that this butthole's brake lines were cut? No. I'm not here to go over everything about these people. But the thing is, when it's sexy and it's threatening and it's kind of cool and these people are looking for sympathy at a time when people aren't believing them more than ever, they're going to make up these stories. This is the Corey story, the Wilcox story. It's all bullcrap. Let's finish this out. Get out of here.
And then a week after that happened, Jimmy, and this is going to make me emotional, but I'll get through it. A week after that happened,
pussy,
my girlfriend at the time, who we call Sabrina to protect her identity, was crossing Atlantic Avenue in Virginia Beach and got struck by a vehicle driven by a guy from the military going 35 miles an hour. Her body shot 30 feet through the air, smashed her up. She spent 3-4 weeks in intensive care unit and then 2 weeks in the rehab hospital. You know, fractured her C3 vertebrae in her neck. We pumped 3 pints of blood into her. They didn't go anywhere. Fractured her collarbone, fractured her pelvis, ripped the tendons off from her elbow to her triceps, scratched up her face. I mean, I saw her on the stretcher in the hospital and looked like she was dead. Her lips were blue, her face was white. A week after I go to the frickin' Disclosure Project.
Why do you keep doing what you do?
Because I cannot look myself in the eye in the mirror knowing that I did not take a stand when the lives of literally 6 or 7 billion people are at stake.
Oh my God. He thinks he's saving the world. This is retarded, really. Oops, it's not PC, sorry. Can't say retarded anymore. Sorry, I grew up with it, I'm saying it. Screw you, PC police. If my life was threatened, if I really thought that people were out to get me and I had proof, I would stop. Well, I don't know about me. See, I'm different. I'm not afraid of dying. That's the whole thing. You know, when you're afraid of dying, that's when you stop. So maybe he's come to terms with that, but I don't think so. I think he's deathly afraid of dying. I think he's scared shit of dying, but he thinks he's saving the world. One person at a time. He thinks he's doing this to save us, everybody. Listen to the bullshit.
That's what I'm talking about.
I cannot do that. I'm not a superhero. I'm not a savior. Don't pray to me.
Oh,
I'm not going to show up and save you. I'm just a guy out there trying to do his job. And it's a shitty job because we're all going through the mud here trying to unclog this big cesspool that's loaded with reptilian aliens that are trying to eat people and destroy the planet. And it sounds crazy. It sounds stupid. Okay, you don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe it.
I don't.
But why are they trying to take Corey's kids away?
They're not.
Why are they trying to take my inheritance away from Pete?
They're not.
Why are they taking this man's possessions and throwing them in the dump?
Oh, my God.
Why did they try to kill me?
Because you're a fraud.
Yeah, why hack your website?
Who cares? If I'm alive, who cares, right? If I'm full of crap, let me go and do my thing. Insult me on the internet if you want to, but don't try to frickin' kill me. Come on. And people are going to say, oh, David, you're just trying to make use of this for publicity. No, I'm telling you the frickin' brakes didn't work. From 1 minute to the next, they go from being fine to the pedal going all the way to the floor. And when you start to look at it in terms of that a guy calls me up who I thought I could trust on July 3rd and says that he's doing a favor for the Rothschilds and that he's telling me that I'm going to be brought to the slaughterhouse if I don't disavow Corey Good, and that if I do disavow Corey Good, they're going to give me money and power.
Isn't that the dumbest thing you have ever freaking heard? And the reason he's saying it at this time, because they were feuding. Him and Corey Good. This is so lame.
And I would become a CIA asset. And lots of people do it. Don't worry about it. You shouldn't fight them, David. Your life will be a lot less painful if you just go along with this. We're going to destroy you if you don't do this. I said no. Because I'm not going to go out there and shill for these people. You do not make a deal with the cabal. They will betray you, guaranteed. As soon as they offer you the deal, you say no. Because they will kill you. They will lie to you. They will hang you out to dry. They will martyr you. You will become Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, my God.
Do not think for a minute that you can ever work with these people. They will kill their own. They don't give a crap about anybody. Do not ever cut a deal with these people. That is total ignorance.
Can I say something right now to the Rothschilds if you're listening? Take me. Please make me a deal. I would do anything you ask. You want me to make fun of UFOs? I'll do it. You want me to say they're fake? I'll do it. Give me money. All I want is money. Please. Guys, if you know that starts happening, I have been met by the Rothschilds, by the billionaires that run the world. They are, I'm just saying, I'm going to look at the camera right through my glasses, and I'm going to say, please cut a deal with me. I would do anything you ask. Make me big like Alex Jones. Make me huge. I'll do whatever you want. I could be very charismatic. I could be very, very boring. I can easily not swear. I could just sit here and, read. Whatever you want. Make the deal with little Richie G, please. I've been under the weather. I feel okay today. But please, if I could just have the money to get myself to a doctor. If I could just have money so I could have health insurance. If I could just have money so I could buy clothes that fit. Brand name clothes. I want to buy more Nikes and Adidas. And I want to buy a car that maybe, Nathan, you're right. Maybe the master solenoid went out. Or is going out. Because it was cold. And I don't know if it was lubricated. I don't know how that even works. And you're right. Maybe it was the guys at AutoZone going after him. Because he doesn't want to make a deal. If you don't talk to Corey Good, if you disavow yourself from him, we will give you the wealth and the popularity you've never imagined. That's the stupidest. You would hear that on like Family Guy or something. Hey, Brian, here, you're the best. Like, well, man, you sold me out?
Yeah, Brian sold us out. He's not one of us anymore. The Rothschilds got to him.
That's not cool, man. A giggity giggity. Listen to this. I think this gets even a little better.
There is no way I would ever take that deal. There is no way I would ever work for these people. That's why we had to expose this. They threatened me through my insider. They threatened me through this guy hacking my site in the comment section. Then he has the audacity to send us an email, sign my NDA so that I can take $1 million from each of you? Give me a break, man. And people are going to try to say that we're making this all up or that this is just a bunch of conspiracy theory. They tried to frickin' kill me.
Yeah, and in
Wake up.
Yeah, in the unredacted letter where the names are in there, and you read through this, and you're just like, holy crap! And I was talking to somebody today. I don't want to say who it is because it would just be uncool, but you know who I was talking to today. Yeah. But anyway,
I do.
And he said, okay, well, what were some of the names? Did you recognize? I said, you know what? Yes, and that was the scary part. I see and feel the interaction, and I see and feel the pressure, and they're coming, and I just don't understand why. You can't say that somebody is lying here, and also in the same sentence, you have to disassociate yourself from this liar, or it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to anybody that hears what we're talking about here. It's
the same thing that John Perkins revealed in Confessions of an Economic Hitman. This is what they do. They're going to go down to some tin pot dictator in a third world country, and they play gun or the money. In my right hand is this gun. In my left hand is this huge wad of $100 bills. I'm not leaving without giving you one of these two, and I don't mean I'm going to hand you the gun. I mean I'm going to blow your fucking brains out.
Yes. Beep.
Okay?
Beep.
You got to watch your language.
You want some Cool Whip? Cool Whip.
Why are you saying... Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? Say cool.
Cool.
Say whip.
Whip.
Say Cool Whip. Cool Whip. It's crazy, guys. Well, I think if you continuously have these people on and promote them, continuously, one time, yes, but continuously you're promoting them, you're supporting them. Jimmy Church is supporting them. Cool whip. Oh, hey, Brian. Oh, hey, guys. Oh, hey, guys, this is Tyler. Tyler from Secure Team. You know, he hasn't had a video out in a while, but I do want to play something that I think is very fun because it just makes me laugh. Watch this. Hold on. Let me pull it up here. This is good stuff. How could it not be on here? You know what I mean? Oh, here it is. Okay, I don't know. It's going to be I was talking about purging. Purging Richie from Boston until Mr. MBB333 started this video. And, I was going to save it for tomorrow night, but I'm just going to play it now because really it doesn't matter. Everything's just bullshit. No matter what I do, it's all bullshit. Check this out. This is where I say you're just doing it for the clicks. You really don't believe what you're actually saying. That's what this clip tells me. This clip tells me there's no way in hell that this guy, Mr. MBB 333, believes this. There's no way. No way.
Wednesday, January 9th, 4 p.m.
And you got to turn up the volume because he's a dick and doesn't know how to turn up his own volume. It's horrible.
Mothership high above London. This video was sent to me yesterday by Toby, and it is an excellent observation of what clearly is a triangular-shaped, very large, I'm calling this a mothership high above London. And I adjust the lighting and contrast many times in this very short video.
Okay, stop. Hold on.
And you're going to see what appear to be lights
or Jesus.
A light apparatus on the bottom of this thing. Unbelievable sighting here above London,
Do you see the UFO? Do you see the triangular craft yet? You'll never see it. Because it ain't there.
The last week, or actually the last few days. See right there? That's like a round dome on the bottom of this thing. Let me stop.
He is saying that this is the UFO. Because there's hard edges here, something that comes out over here.
But real quick,
watch.
You can see what looks like some sort of a fin on the top and here on the back. Totally obvious giant triangle-shaped craft sitting high above London, cloaked amongst the clouds.
Cloaked, guys.
That's why they took the video.
There is no
this
UFO.
Craft, or what they could see of it, caught their attention.
This is the new thing.
See right there, this round looks like some sort of a control room or something.
A control room?
This
Where
craft that has windows or lights. Maybe it's a collection of lights. Here I put it in slow motion.
What is he talking
and you can't
about?
miss it. It's just a
Stop
big,
fucking with the background,
craft.
changing this shit, and just
sky
keep it on the
above London,
regular
England.
screen.
And if I'm not mistaken, this was taken yesterday. I got the email today.
This is the dumbest thing. It's a hole in the cloud. That's all it is.
Within the last day or two.
But whoa, we got a hard edge. Uh-oh. Somebody call Mr. MBB.
To the bottom of this thing.
Dick.
Very large triangle. Once again, we've seen a lot of triangles lately. A lot. And I've got more pictures today to share with you guys. And you can find some other new pictures at the website in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. Here I've slowed it down, put it under a what's called sci-fi filter, and you can see it in a little different format.
I'm embarrassed.
Definitely a very large craft of some sort. Impressive video out of London by Toby.
Impressive clouds.
Here it is in the
awesome.
original format. Let me stop it real quick.
So
very
dumb,
obvious.
man.
Once again, seeing angles here. You see
angles, guys. He's basing this off angles. I'm sorry, I wasn't feeling good. I'm starting not to feel good again. I don't know if I can do it much longer. Seriously. This is the dumbest thing. All right.
angles back here, angles at the top, angles over here on the backside, something round here that could either be a collection of lights or windows. I don't know.
Windows. Great
I don't think
fucking
it's necessarily
job.
meant to be seen.
Stupid.
But the clouds revealed this thing on this day.
Let's manipulate
Actually,
the screen
really
to
cool.
make it the way we want it to
that's
look.
Huge. Just to think that there's things out there like that big, that are flying silently, pretty much unnoticed, and it wouldn't have been noticed if it hadn't have been for the clouds.
It wouldn't have been noticed if it hadn't been for the clouds. What a fucking genius comment. Genius. It's beautiful.
Is just quite phenomenal, to be honest with you, if you think about it. I mean, that thing is big.
I didn't even comment on his channel
This is
on this
from
video
the highway
because
that they
I
were
just didn't
traveling
have it
on.
in
Let
me
stop
today.
it. This is the original distance, not zoomed in.
That's just
and pretty
clouds.
obvious why they took the
It's
video.
clouds,
I
you dingleberry.
Just doesn't fit in with the rest of the sky.
Of course it doesn't, because the rest of the
Great
sky's cloudy.
observation.
There's
Again,
just
you can see
a
sharp
space for the
angles
sun to
all
come
over the
through.
place.
Dickhead.
And right where they need to be to make up a triangle.
What
And
happened?
then something down here
Watch
on the
this
bottom.
next one. Watch this.
This next collection of pictures is from Riverside, California.
Let's make it however
And you
we
can see
want.
what appears to be a triangle off in the distance, just in the clouds above sunset. And this photograph was taken from Riverside, California. Very
It's not a
obvious
UFO, man.
boomerang-shaped triangle craft. And this
It's
was
just the way the
only
clouds
photo I
aligned. It's
received.
pareidolia, delia, whatever the
And the
frig
sender
you want
was
to call it.
anonymous. If
Pareidolia.
you would like to claim this picture, I would love to give you credit for it. All I know, it was from Riverside,
Here's the next
California,
one
and that
from
is
some
clearly
broad.
Here, what we're going to look at is more than likely.
Okay, I honestly, I don't know what I would do if I was sitting next to this guy and he agreed. I mean, he actually said that this could be an airplane and we just, for some reason, but, you know, we can't see the craft. Yeah, there's a reason why. And he goes on to tell the story of what was told to him, that the girl only sees these during sunset or sunrise, which, of course, first of all, at a long distance. Oh, wait until you hear this. Wait until you hear what camera is being used. I wish Pat was here. Where's B. Baker?
Exhaust from a big jet. But the unique thing about this video, which was taken by Jody from Colorado, is where's the jet? I mean, she does an exceptional job of getting in very close to this jet. And she says she sees this a lot during sunrise and sunset.
You can see the freaking jet right there, dickhead. It's because the airplane's going away. Mainly going away at a distance, very far away from her. Exactly, Will. The Nikon 900. It's the choice of the most avid skywatcher and the most credible observer.
From the plains of Colorado. And it's almost missing what it...
I've captured so many of these. And finally, one day, I got a really good a zoom lens. Beautiful. $200 it cost me. 20 times optical. And I was able to zoom in, and lo and behold, if you just waited long enough, the craft will reveal itself. And it did. And I said all along, I knew it was an airplane. I knew it. And the reason that this looks the way it is It's just the same thing as the moon or the sun coming up. At that low point in the sky, it's an illusion that things look bigger than they really are. Do you know when the moon comes up, it looks much bigger, doesn't it? Than when it's at high noon. Same with the sun. But do you know they're exactly the same size? It just looks bigger. It's an illusion. It's not bigger. You can measure it. And it's the same exact size. Why it looks bigger? It's because the way the atmosphere looks. And it's not bigger. It just looks bigger. Trust me on this. I've done it enough. And that's why this is happening. You're going to tell me a UFO, a disc, is going to shoot off contrails? Only at sunset. Only at sunrise. Gee, I wonder. Hey, Batman.
What should be a very large jet. And I zoom in really, really close, and you can see what appears to be like a round dot or something very small by comparison to what we can see. But it doesn't look like a jet that, you and I see pretty much on a daily basis.
It is. Trust me, it is a jet. By the way, this is the problem when people don't know what they're talking about. Real researchers, like myself, like many of you, who've been out there, who put in the hours, the time, the energy, the money, your everything into it, to know how to do the research correctly. You know that that's an airplane. Without even having to look at it more than 1 second, I knew what it was. Does it look pretty? Yeah. You know what I used to call these before I got that extension on my camera? That lens? I used to call these fire orbs because that's what people were calling them in 2004 and 5 and 6. Until I started really debunking all this. It's just, even this day, 15 years later, people still have no freaking clue. It makes me sad. Why does it make me sad? Because thousands of people are watching this, and the responsibility of this guy who has all these subscribers to his channel, his responsibility is to tell you the truth, isn't it? No, it's not. Come to find out, it isn't. It's not his responsibility. You know whose responsibility it lays on? Mine and yours. Everybody will say, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Chicken shit answer. You do the research. You're the one who has the channel. You're the one posting this stuff. But you know what happens? And I know what happens because I've done it. You start posting this and debunking it. Not debunking it, but yeah, debunking it. Telling the truth. People don't want to hear it. They want to hear the fairy tale.
Let me stop it right there. You can see something right here, but it doesn't necessarily look like a jet. I don't know what to make of that, and she didn't either. But boy, she zoomed in very tight using a Nikon P900.
There it is.
Excellent quality. She did a good job. It's difficult to zoom in and stay focused on a moving object like this.
No, it's not difficult when it's 40 miles away, dickhead. If that object was close, then it's difficult when you're zoomed in. Guys, I gotta go. That's tonight's show. Look, tomorrow, it's not. I know. I would love to keep going, but I was only supposed to go 20 to 30 minutes tonight, but I'm beat up. I'm going to save myself for tomorrow. So tomorrow night I'll be back with Mike Brown, and we will go. You want to see his video real quick? I'm going to show you guys a preview of what to look for tomorrow. This way you can chime in the chat room. I don't care. I'm just going to show you what it is. Not everybody's here, but I'm going to show you. This is really, really fun. I tell you, these are all the videos I watched today. I told you I watch a lot of videos. And did I already pass over it? Oh my God, UFO Jesus lost his mind. I think I showed you that video. Where is this video? Where is it? It's gotta be here. Oh my God, where is it? This is bizarre. Hold on, I must have passed it. I know it's here because I just saw it before the show started. Hold on, I'm getting there. It's here. It's got to be right in here somewhere. Come on. I don't know how I missed it. Here it is. Oh man, I went way over it. So this is who's on tomorrow night. This is his video.
Yeah, I know the resolution.
That's the UFO.
Wait, what?
This is the video.
It's really not good. Yeah, I'm coming in.
That's it. By the way, it's a freaking light post. And you can see how he moves his phone. He said he was trying out his phone, his new phone, and caught this. But you can see the other light. You know, I don't know why I'm getting these effing pop-ups. You can see the other, right here. There's another one right there. That's a light post. He said, yes, there is a light post underneath the UFO. Gee, isn't it amazing? It's identical. Same shape and size. This is tomorrow's show, a 23-second video. And he wants to be on for 3 hours? What the hell are we going to talk about? Look, here it is. That's a light post. That's a light. He says there's windows. You can see aliens and the light glinting off their eyeballs. I'll be back tomorrow night, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here on the Goof On Radio stream. I hope tomorrow I do feel better. God Almighty. And you don't have to say well wishes. I don't know if you just heard that. I don't know if you just heard that. Hold on. You've got to be kidding me. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh my God, this is crazy. Okay, so this is my vape bottle. It's empty except for a little juice at the bottom. Sitting on my table. It just got pushed over. The same table the dog's bowl moved and the cereal boxes got dumped the other night. I can't believe it was happening as I'm saying goodbye. Do you think it's me? You think my energy is pushing around shit? I just heard this. I don't know if it will show up or if you heard it. But it was very loud. When it fell, it made this noise. Oh my God, that was pretty close. This is what it sounded like. I don't know what to say, man. I'll bring up the the audio. I know it's in here. It was loud. I can't believe this just happened. Oh, the weird thing I wanted to tell you was, yesterday I was so sick. Like, I couldn't even go into, Dave had Jeremy Corbell on last night, and I didn't want to go in the chat room because once I go in the chat room, I can't stop. So I listened to the show half in and half out. It's really good. And at the end of the show, you know, Dave and I talked afterwards for a few minutes. But I almost called out of work, but I did leave early. And they were pissed at me. And I was like, well, what do you want? I'm sick. I woke up this morning. Now, I only slept an hour. So after I talked to Dave, I was up for another hour till about 2:30 in the morning. And I woke up at 3:56, I believe it was. So just over an hour. And I felt great this morning. Like, how do I go from feeling like I do right now, I'm starting to feel sick, to feeling really good an hour and 20 minutes later? It's bizarre. So I'm now feeling the ill effects again, and I'm not sure if it has to do with whatever's here. I'm telling you, man, that's 2 shows in a row. That shit happened on that table. I can't believe it. It's so cool. I don't know, man. All right, I'll be back tomorrow, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. I'm going to lead you out with something here. Come on. Terrible, right? What this guy's tomorrow night, it'll be fun. I'll make sure we have a good time tomorrow. You know, we'll have some fun with Mike. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. It just seems like he believes, you know, just about everything. I think he's one of those, I think. I'm not sure. If he's listening, don't get mad. Just come on the show and tell us your story, and we'll judge you, and we'll tell you the truth. You know, what we see and think and feel. Right? All right. Well, I'm going to lead out with this. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a good week. Have a good day. This is Nightwalker. See you later, guys. Thanks for hanging out for an hour. It was fun. Rich Giordano. Go to Goof on Network. What am I doing this for? I have no idea. What am I, in the military? Idiot.
Did they tell you not to say anything?
Oh, they made that very clear.
Did they try to label you as nuts?
No, not nuts. They, in fact, wanted me back in the project very badly, but they didn't know if I was going to be too stressed out to keep things quiet. And I started getting concerned when we started getting followed every place I went to.
Careful! Oh my God!
Reported on the hackers that call themselves the Dark Overlord. On New Year's Day, they threatened to release documents from the 9/11 litigation and investigation files. To those who don't want those documents released into the public domain, pay us, they said.
That's the only time that I finally started telling a couple friends, hey, if I disappear, this is what I was doing.
That a child is going to object to being born with more strength than usual, with more endurance than usual, with longer lifespan than usual, or with better mental capacity than usual. Most of the public doesn't really understand the technology.
This is Lazar. I am south of St. Louis in Fenton, Missouri.